Social media has become such a huge part of so many of our lives, and it's something that has a lot of power. It has the power to really impact our sense of self, the way we view the world. It just really affects our mind in all these different ways, and it's something that I personally have struggled with quite a lot in the past. So I wanted to make a video talking about it and talking about things that I've learned along the way that have helped me create a more balanced, healthy relationship with social media in general. Before I begin, please hit that subscribe button down below if you are interested in personal growth, mindset shifts, and just all things having to do with health and well-being. I've definitely struggled a lot with my relationship with social media, especially when I was younger and still figuring life out, still figuring myself out, didn't have a strong sense of identity, and I would be really affected by what I saw online, especially because it seemed to be so many beautiful women who just looked perfect in every way and had perfect bodies and perfect lives, and I would compare myself to that, and it really affected my self-confidence. So it didn't take me long to notice a connection between social media and my mental health, and I realized that it was a very negative connection and I wanted to do something about it. Since then, I have put a lot of effort into creating a healthier relationship with social media, and I feel like I've done a pretty good job of it. So I want to share some tips with you, some things that have worked for me that might work for you if you're trying to change your relationship with the online world and make it a more positive one. The first thing I would say is that breaks from social media are super important. I know there are some people out there who choose to just completely disconnect from the online world, delete all the social media apps, and never go back on them again. I just feel like that's not realistic for a lot of us because there are things that we do like about social media. For me personally, yes, it's contributed to a lot of negativity in my life, but it's also contributed to a lot of positivity. I have been introduced to things that I never would have stumbled upon without social media. There's so much information out there. There's so much more of an ability to do your own research on things that you're passionate about. It's so much easier to connect with people and connect with people all over the world. So there's so many benefits to it that make it so that I don't want to just completely remove myself from that realm. And so my version of breaks from social media is definitely shorter term, like taking a week off from social media, or one day a week you set the intention to not be on social media and you do that every week, and that's your version of having balance with it. When I'm traveling, I really like to disconnect from social media. I like to fully be in the moment, be present. I think that's one of the things that social media has really messed up for us, is it's so possible now to not be present in the moment. It's so easy to pull out your phone and miss really beautiful things in life. I've seen stories about people who have missed their baby's first steps or missed things that they would definitely want to be present for, but because they were lost on their phone, they missed them. So that's something to keep in mind with this, is it's very important to be intentional about when you're okay with kind of disconnecting and when you really truly want to be present. And for me, that's when I'm traveling. I absolutely want to be present and experience every moment to the fullest. So it looks different for everyone, but I think having structure in your relationship with social media is very important. Another thing that greatly helped me is unfollowing people that didn't make me feel good. And this is nothing against anyone. Everyone is free to post whatever they want online. I just got to a point, especially back when I was younger, where I realized that the majority of the people I was following were like these beautiful influencers and models and people who were posting all the time and looking really, really good in all of their posts. And so my whole feed looked like that, and it really created within me this notion that everyone in the world was more beautiful than me and more successful than me, and that took a great toll on my mental health. So that is something I had to stop. I had to unfollow all of those accounts, and now I'm much more intentional. For the most part, I only follow people like in the real world that I know, and if I follow influencers, it's only ones who really inspire me in some way and whose content really resonates with me. Another tip that I have is more of a mindset shift type of thing, and it's just to remind yourself that everything we see online is not a depiction of real life. People tend to post their best moments, their best pictures, They post things in a very catered way where it's very visually appealing, but it doesn't show you the full picture of who that person is, who they are on the inside, what they've gone through. It just doesn't show you the full picture. And the last thing I would say is just to always put you and your happiness first. Those things are so important. Like I said before, social media has such an impact on us and on our minds, and it's something that is very new to the experience of being a human. This was never something that people had to deal with before. So it's hard and it takes a toll on a lot of us, and your happiness is so much more important than anything else. So if you notice in any way that social media is affecting you negatively, think about it and do what you can to shift that and create a healthier relationship with it, because I truly do think there is a lot of great things that come with the world of social media. But in order for us to access those things, we have to get really good at managing the bad things that come with it as well. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you got something out of it, and I'll see you in the next one.